What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be playing with the new Nabla mattes collection. The mattes collection consists of 12 individual matte eyeshadows that are available individually. They are the fall collection for Nabla, which is very appropriate because these are some fall-ass tones. And the collection also includes this really cute customizable palette. It's basically like a Z palette, but it's not a Z palette. It's from Nabla. I think that it is one of the prettier ones I own for sure. Generally speaking, when I review eyeshadows, I don't do swatches of them because I think swatches are bullshit. With eyeshadows at least, because often shadows do not perform the way they look in a swatch, but today I'm going to break my own rule of not doing eyeshadow swatches because these are available individually, so you might want to see which each individual one looks like outside of the pan, like actually on somebody's skin. And I don't think that it's possible to use all 12 of them in a look and actually give you guys a picture of how each one performs. So I am going to swatch them quickly just to show what they look like outside of the pan. However, I feel really strongly that that's not a good indicator of how eyeshadows perform, so please keep that in mind. So essentially today I just wanted to do like a very laid back kind of play around with these shadows, create a look, see where it took us. I didn't really have a solid plan going into it, and to be quite honest, it went a very different direction than I was expecting it to go in. And I also played around with a new lip product. These are the REVLON Cushion Lip Tints, so if you want to see how those perform, I'll be using those at the end of the video as well. Before we get started, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you don't mind taking a second to do that, because it really helps me out and I would super appreciate it. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because I would love to have you stick around for more videos. So if you would like to see some quick swatches of all 12 of the individual shades in the Nabla matte collection, as well as come along with me while I create this more sultry than expected look with these colors, keep on watching. We're gonna get right into it.
Round and round we go, losing self-control. I keep telling myself, but I don't wanna let you know. Is this what we become? Strangers on the run, looking for something, chasing the sun. All those days, trying to find a place where you'll make them just be alone, All those nights, lying by your side, like it's a vibe, feeling it shine under your spotlight. That's the way every day goes. Looking back, I know we started falling. We were falling in love, yeah. Took my heart and you wrote off. Was a feeling never enough for you, baby, when you left me chasing you.
So to begin, I'm going to pick up the shade Verve on a MAC 217 brush. I'm gonna start around the crease area. Oh my God. That's a lot of pigment, my friends. I'm gonna start flicking it out until like kind of like a little bit of a wing shape, a wing dingy, if you will. I'm gonna keep the shadows like soft and smoky, but I want that shape. I always do this when I'm describing a wing shape. It's like, what? This is a beak, not a wing. I'm gonna blend the edge of that with a clean brush. I'm gonna go into the color Cherie Shape on a MAC 221S brush. Just give my eyeball a little shape with that. I feel like these two colors are gonna work really nicely together. I'm gonna pack a little bit of that on the outside corner of the lid too, as I know I'm gonna want to later, so I might as well start now. I truly was not expecting this look to be as intense as this early on. Here we are, and I'm not mad about it. I did a shit job blending on this side. I don't know why. It's just one of those days where one eye is just like, you know what? Not today, bitch. Next, I'm gonna try the shade Capsize. I'm gonna apply that with a pencil brush, and I think I'm gonna put it on the center portion of my lid. These are like wildly pigmented. The good news is, unlike some extremely pigmented shadows, it's not giving me that whole thing that happens where you put it down and then when you go to blend over it, it just lifts up and poofs away, which is lovely because I fucking hate that. For the inner portion of the lid, I'm gonna go into the shade Poetry. I'm gonna use the same pencil brush, I just cleaned it off on a color switch sponge. These colors all have so much more punch and pigment than I was expecting them to have. Like, I was expecting them to kind of just be like, wispy neutrals, but like, this is like a look. I'm thinking it'll be fun to make the lower half of the eye kind of more cool toned. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Chiaroscuro, which I'm terrible at pronouncing, but this happens to be named after one of my favorite artistic techniques. So that's fun. And I'm picking that up on a MAC 219 brush. I'm gonna start sweeping that underneath the eye. Ooh. That's darker than I was expecting. Next, I'm gonna pick up a little of the shade Pitch Black on the same pencil brush, and I'm just gonna use that to darken the very outer corner, just on the very end of the bottom, and also a little bit more of the top. Wow. This is so not where I thought this look was going to end up. It's like not even remotely close to where I thought this look was going. You know, when you sit down and you're like, I'm gonna do a really natural look today, and then this happens. I'm gonna go back into a little bit of Capsize on a BH number 7 brush. I'm just gonna use that to blend out that lower lash line a little bit. Just felt like it needed a little bit of help just meshing itself out into the surrounding area. I cannot believe that this look became so intense and smoky. Why am I like this? Although I appreciate the beauty of an all matte look like this, I think I'm gonna add a little bit of highlight to my inner corners. Go into my MAC Hyper Real Glow highlighter. It's gonna take the lightest shade on a pencil brush. I'm not gonna put it like in the top portion, but like this little spot here that's still pretty much empty, I'm just gonna brighten it up right there. I'm gonna pop on some mascara and lashes, brighten up my waterline, and then we're gonna play with a new lip product too, because I have something new here that I wanna try, so I might as well. Okay, so I went ahead and popped on the House of Lashes Allura Light Lash. I think that's what they are. My lash pile has become very disorganized, and I have to be honest, this week has just really gotten away from me, and my whole shit over here is a mess. But I'm pretty sure they're Allura Light. The glue is still drying. I haven't pressed them together yet. I'll do that in a minute, but first I wanted to jump in to get the lips done. Revlon was kind enough to send me their cushion lip tints. I wore one of them yesterday. It's still in my purse downstairs. It was the shade Lovely Rose, something rose, but it was really nice. It was like a brownish nude. Wore it on its own. It was very comfortable, and I was actually really shocked at like how it had like kind of a smoothing effect. I wasn't expecting that. So today I want to wear a nude shade, and I'm going to pair it with a nude lip liner, because on its own it was really nice, but it was very natural. But to have like a more finished look to go with this, I think it needs a liner. So I'm gonna pick up one of my favorite nude pencils. This is the Nabla pencil in the shade Touch Me. Appropriate because we're using Nabla shadows today too. I also went ahead and filled in my beauty marks. I didn't do like full-on faux freckles, but sometimes I feel like when my skin doesn't look the way I want it to, and then I fill in my beauty marks, it's like back to life again. All right, Nicole, shut up and line your lips. God. So these have a cushion tip, and you have to twist until some product comes out. I twisted this one up earlier just to see what the shade looked like, and I have to say that it takes a really long time of twisting to get them to come up, so don't be alarmed if you buy one. They're not broken. You just have to twist for a long time before you get it to come out initially. Ooh, that looks real weird. Hold on, let me zoom you guys in. That is looking quite strange. I'm gonna apply it and hope for the best. almost has like, I can't tell if it has like a metallic finish to it. It's so pretty though. And there is today's finished look. So after doing the look, I have to be honest, I am shocked at how much more intense and fun these were than they looked like they were going to be while I swatched them. The black shade Pitch Black is a really, really nice matte black. Like, it went on so buttery and so pigmented and gave me almost no fallout, like literally next to none. I didn't even think about it while I was applying it, but then afterward I was like, oh shit, like that still looks really clean under there, wow. Out of the 12, I think my favorite shade was Verve. It's kind of like a rosy terracotta, which is an interesting shade. It kind of reminds me of the Kat Von D Lolita shadow, but I think I like the formula on this better than the Kat Von D matte shadows in the single pans. I think looking at this collection, if you're not super into mattes or you're not super into a more muted palette, you might think that it could be very boring. But after using it, I think it's so much more fun than I was expecting it to be. Like, I don't know, I just definitely didn't see this level of intensity coming. It slapped me right in the face. So the prices on these products are in euros. Each individual eyeshadow is €7.90 and the palette itself is $11.50. I will leave all the prices in the description box, and I will also do the US dollar conversion for you guys if you want. But just know that the US dollar conversion does fluctuate as the US dollar versus the euro fluctuates on the market. So it might not be exact, so they're going to be approximate US dollar prices. The collection is available now on the Nabla Cosmetics website, so I will link that down below as well. And as far as the cushion lip tints from Revlon, I actually really, really like these. I am super, super excited about the way this looks with lip liner because it is so comfortable. But I still feel like it's giving me like a really polished and finished look. And I like that it's a stain because then it kind of still leaves a little bit something on your lips. They don't just become completely bare as it wears off throughout the day. I wore a slightly darker one yesterday. It was more of a brownish pink shade than this and definitely a little bit darker. And it wore so gracefully. Like, as it wore off, it just left my lips looking like lovely, more bare, but definitely still nice. These lip tints are already available and I just looked them up online, and it seems like the price depends on where you buy it. At Target, they are $5.99, but at Ulta, they're $9.99. So maybe if you're gonna get them, look at Target, because wow, that's a big difference. Getting back to the Nabla shadows though, honestly, I am not surprised that I like these because I have loved the Nabla eyeshadows in the past, but I am surprised at how much more exciting these are to work with than I was expecting them to be. I think that is a very pleasant surprise, and I think that these are going to be a staple for me for fall. I see them mixing very well with some fall looks I have in mind. I'm definitely excited to play around with these some more for fall looks, and I'm definitely excited to have such a nice black shadow in an individual pan because that comes in very, very handy. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you have tried Nabla's eyeshadows before, if you plan on trying these, what your favorite palette from them is, etc., etc. I would love to hear your experiences with the brand because I really like them. I think they're a fantastic brand, and I would love to hear what you think too. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because it really helps me out, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already because I would just love it. It would just make my whole freaking day if you would stick around for more videos. Obviously, I like when more people watch it, but I really love having discussions with you guys in the comments and stuff, and the more of you stick around, the more that happens. If you would like to keep up with me on the daily, please go ahead and follow me on other social media. I'm at Miss Quinface on pretty much every platform. The one I use the most though is Instagram. I am all over Instagram every day. I post all of my PR unboxings on my Instagram stories. I run lots of polls over there to figure out what videos are coming down the line. I post all of my more creative makeup looks, my lip art on my Instagram feed, and I would just love to have you come over there and join me and have a good time. I feel like I'm at that point where I've been talking too long and I'm about to get rambly and stop making sense. So I'm gonna cut myself off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I always, always appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.